This is episode 30 of the Main Beam podcast. This is Brady. I'm just kind of doing an intro here. This episode got a little crazy, just kind of warning everybody. We had Uncle Floyd in, and he kind of sat a little farther away from the mic, so I had him cranked up a little bit, so you'll kind of hear the audio difference in his mic, but otherwise we had Dad and Troy sitting kind of in the background, and Little Rod came in afterwards, so you'll hear some background noise in it. Just to kind of forewarn everyone, wasn't your normal great audio that we usually have. But that's all right. It was a fun episode. We deleted a couple beers, talked a lot of fishing with Floyd, had fun with Little Rod when he came in later. First and foremost, too, I just wanted to say hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. The 4th of July is coming up, and we're kind of creeping up on that part of the summer where we're going to start rolling into deer season, so hopefully everyone's getting excited for that. We got a couple cool guests lined up here in the future, hopefully making a trip up to Iowa. I'm going to knock a couple out with the guys up there and get some velvet scouting done. But otherwise, I just wanted to run through both of our partners real quick. A huge shout out to HLRBO. They are our title sponsor. If you're looking for a lease, check them out. Like I said, hunting season's right around the corner. I know it's almost getting past that time for looking for places, but never hurts to add another place to the arsenal to look for some mature bucks or shooter deer. So check them out, and also Low Down Game Viewers. It's time to get them cracking too. We got Spencer's deployed a couple cameras already. I know we're looking at it here in the next couple weeks, so we're definitely going to be putting the game viewers to use, checking some of them cameras as we get them deployed and set a couple targets for this year. I know Spencer's got some eyes on a couple deer that are already looking pretty good. So other than that, I hope everyone enjoys this episode. Like I said, the audio gets a little crazy in it. I'm going to see what I can do in post, but just bear with us, and hopefully everyone has a good end of the week. Thanks for listening.
All right, welcome back to another one from the Main Beam podcast. This is episode 30 already.
Yeah, so we're cracking right along on them.
Yeah, moving along. This summer's flown by, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost 4th of July already. So
thank God we're over the hump pretty much. It seems like it's about time start getting some cameras out here in the next couple weeks.
There's been a lot of deer that I've seen that, are really far along this year, but we've gotten really good rain.
We've had better rain this year than we've had in the last 5 years.
Oh, I agree.
I'd say as far as like places we hunt in southern Iowa and stuff, we should be seeing like record deer number, like jump in inches wise.
I would agree. I mean, as far as everything, but no sooner than we go to plant, it'll be a drought.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I mean, even I was concerned, like looking at the weather for the last couple of weeks, like it was dry as hell here, and then all of a sudden we had the pop-up storm tonight, and it looks like rain for the next, or not for the next couple of days, but it looks like we're going to have some precip and through this weekend and stuff. So if we can keep, and this is usually the driest point of,
the year.
Yeah, of the year. So if we can keep this moisture up for the next.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend brings in the 1st of July.
Hold on, let me pause.
We wasn't talking about you, Troy.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't talking about Troy. He doesn't know nothing about fishing. Only race cars, but we don't talk about race cars on this podcast. But, no, Floyd, what you were also talking one time, I remember you telling us a story about whenever you guys went to Canada, what were you, walleye fishing or something you went
Well, we was back again. We mainly walleye and northerns and what have you. But there was 4 of us. In fact, one of Raw's relation, Elmer.
Oh, really?
He was one of them.
Elmer was up there?
Elmer was one. Yeah. Elmer.
What'd you have, like 5 gallons of whiskey up there?
Well, that was one of the things we was serious when they forgot about us. That was one of the serious things. No, Elmer was medication, and Charlie and I really didn't matter. We railroaded, so we was off until we got back. And Don Eichhoff, he was a bondsman, so it was serious on him because he had some bonds out.
Had to get back.
But
So you guys flew in drove up to Canada and then flew in by plane?
we went into International Falls, and we bought our license and got our bait and stuff and to fly in.
Yeah.
We went to an outpost, and we was there going to fish 4 days, so we had good fishing. It was good, and the bush pilot would come in every day, and he'd take our fish back. They'd freeze it, and then whatever we needed for the next day, whether it was bait, beer, whiskey, whatever.
Yeah, he'd bring you.
They were
They
probably
bring
just
it
coming
to
to
you.
get fish and then frying it up and eating it while you guys were still out there fishing.
But it was good. I mean, everything went well. So our last day, we packed up and got ready, took everything out on this big rock where they'd come into to pick us up. Anyway, we had everything sitting out there on that rock, and we sat there that day and sat there all day. Nobody ever came. So we moved everything back into that cabin, and we did that for 2 days. And then the third day, we had moved it out that morning, and we'd done made a decision if we was going to do something to get somebody to land.
So did you run out of food at that point?
We had green beans and SpaghettiOs and the coffee is what we had that was left.
That's a hell of a combination.
we could have had some of that fish, but we didn't want to unpack. It was all packaged.
Yeah.
And every day we thought we'd
Thought you were going to be picked up.
Somebody
Yeah.
did, so we didn't bother. So anyway, that's what we had for those 2 days for sure. And the serious thing is because we did run out of beer.
Yeah.
A little whiskey.
Yeah.
So that was pretty serious. But anyway, that third morning we went out there and we took a old boat. We thought it was old. We filled it full of wood and all kinds of sticks. And
Yeah, brush and shit.
Anything that makes smoke. So we towed it behind us, went out there, and seaplane was going over, and we lit it, and
Lit it on fire.
he kept on. Yeah, it was on fire, and it was burning. He went on by, so we thought, well, we went back, and we loaded up another load. And we had talked about it. They said, if we don't get anybody
Supplies.
to land, we had planned on setting one of those islands on fire. And they told later on, they told us, he said, man, if you guys did that, he said, you ought to have been in jail. He said, they'd put you in jail up there. And I said, well, I think I'd rather be in jail than I would be sitting out here in the wintertime. And nothing to eat. I said, but anyway, the second time that afternoon, we got a seaplane to land.
Yeah.
And he had some people in the plane with him, and he was a little nervous, which that plane full of fuel and that wing and that boat kind of floating. We was keeping that boat away, but
Yeah.
it was something we was concerned about it. But anyway, that guy asked me, he says, how come you burning this boat? And so I explained to him how long we'd been there, and we were supposed to have been out 2-3 days earlier. And he asked me that 3 times.
Really?
And that third time, I kind of got a little
Yeah. Got on his
out of
ass.
sort. And but finally, he radioed in to the flying service, and about an hour later, they showed up, and we went to the office there, and I tried to talk to them because they sold us the
Yeah,
license
so this the
plate,
yeah.
and nobody talked to us, and the camp that owned the lodge couldn't get anybody to respond, and not until a week later, the owner of the camp called, and he said he'd heard about it, but it's he apologized and all, and he said, in fact, he said, you come back next year, and he said, we'll take good care of you. Well, we went back, and we stayed at the main lodge. And
They didn't leave you this time.
We left for 2 weeks.
I knew I wasn't going somewhere where I couldn't talk to get some communication.
Well, that was pre, like, cell phone, was it not? Or did everyone?
They didn't know. We didn't have.
Yeah, that's what I say.
The only thing communication we had was that bush pilot.
Yeah.
And so, if anything would have happened, you was there till.
Yeah,
I guess you could maybe get one of those seaplanes fly
Right.
over, bush pilots, something would land. But luckily, nothing happened. Anybody was hurt or anything. So, but we went back the next year, and it was good fishing and everything, nice, good food and everything. But we had trouble with the toilet system, and so that was another little experience. But it was we still had a good time.
So whatever happened to the boat?
Well, the man that owned that resort did not know it till that year that when we went back, he didn't know we had set that boat on fire. And, so we told him about it, and then he didn't say a whole lot. But it ruined. I mean, well, you can imagine ruining the boat. But he did not know it till we went back and told him. So that was that experience.
So how many days were you stranded out there?
About 3.
3.
Yeah, about
3 days extra.
But it was towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
We was the last ones in that lodge.
Well, you're already 3 days out there. At that point, it's hard to say, the feeling of how much longer you're going to be there.
Well, that's the reason we decided
light
what
it
we was
up.
going to do. What we did.
Right.
Then if that wouldn't have got up to that boat, we was going to set an island on fire. But that was probably my second trip into Canada. That was in the early 70s when that happened.
You imagine growing up and had to say, well, we got to go to Canada to see your Uncle Floyd. He lit an island on fire. He's in jail.
I got a lot of stories. I can tell you things that happened up there that over the years of being there.
Yeah.
But some great fishing. Used to be a lot better that you could bring stuff home.
Oh, yeah. It's tough to
Now-
bring shit back now.
Those anything about 15 inches and below you could keep to eat, and you can only keep one.
Yeah.
You can only keep one fish?
One fish.
Damn.
So you eat that walleye, you eat that fish a day, you go back to fish again. But like all those, we caught a lot of them that 24, 27, 28 inches was the biggest. But them were nice walleye.
Yeah, I say that's good.
It was fun.
Only keep one fish.
Well, that's what we talk about with Nick a lot. Like even bird hunting up there, like duck and goose hunting up there is phenomenal, but it's just getting up there is the hard part between how much they regulate, how many shells you bring, and I mean, Nick, you were saying about the even like the dirt and mud on your decoys.
Yeah, you got to have your blinds completely stripped free of everything. You got to have your ammo in a line, your guns in a line. Everything just has to be
To a T.
perfect. Huh.
Well, they took last year. One of the guys I fished with, I didn't go last year, but they went, 4 of them, and had to do the paperwork to get into the country, and
they kicked Kevin out, didn't they?
yeah, Kevin, everybody filled out the paperwork. I think it was $30 a piece to fill out the paperwork to get approved to go in. Well, Kevin, one of them things was DUI.
Yeah.
Well, he had one way back when he was.
Yeah, it was like 30 years ago
Yeah.
or some shit, wasn't it?
And he didn't actually forgot about it. But anyway, he put down no. Well, when they found out, they run that check, and they seen that he had one, they kicked him out. Wouldn't let him go at all. He was kicked out. So the other 3 didn't go either.
Yeah.
But they didn't return the money for it either. Not letting them in the country. They kept it. So
Yeah,
there's been some good and bad. I have mixed feelings on Canada.
Yeah.
But I've fished more anymore Minnesota, Wisconsin. It's just as good as fishing.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
as good as fishing.
I know one thing. The pictures you showed us of all the smallmouth up there. I'd like to go catch some big smallmouth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think Canada anymore has a leader that's just about as stupid as ours, don't they?
Oh, fuck, he's worse than.
They're worse.
Yeah, he's worse than Joe
Worse than
Biden
we are?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I didn't think there was much worse than what we got.
He's a liberal crackhead,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they reelected him.
Troy says he's a liberal crackhead and they reelected him. I mean, it's pretty bad, I guess. Weren't you up like smallmouth fishing that one time and almost caught this like a state record or something?
We had a guide up there in Wisconsin that we caught a lot of 5 and 6 pounders, which is good smallmouth. And we had the guide, we had just had him for a couple, 3 days.
Uh-huh.
So we was staying up there fishing on our own. Anyway, old Lonnie, he had a father and son the next day after us. And boy, that day we was on the water, he come a zooming by us, and I mean, he was flying. He didn't slow down, even nothing. I mean, he was hauling mail. And we thought maybe somebody got hurt, something happened. But to come find out, they had caught one large smallmouth, and they was in a hurry to get it weighed in, and it just about made state record. It was something like 8.65, something like
something
that. It was
crazy.
It looked like a basketball. They showed us a picture of it, and
Damn.
but that was we was fishing the same area, doing the same thing. It just be at the luck of the draw.
Draw, right.
Well, a lot of it up there in them lakes is just real clear, isn't it? It's like clear
Oh,
jerk
yeah.
bait fishing or like drop shot and stuff
Throwing a lot of like Ned rigs and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
over big rocks, ain't it? A lot of just big boulders.
Chubs. We used chubs. Is what we was
Chubs,
doing.
really.
But yeah, it is exactly what you just said. It was a lot of big rocks. But it's that those
Well, it's-
lakes up there, Lake Superior, Lake Erie, all of them.
Yeah.
they're good fishing.
Well, I remember you said that one year how rough it was. It was like the ocean. Didn't you guys have like 6-foot swells coming in? Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'd forgotten my seasick medicine, and I no more got out there, and man, I knew I had made a mistake because those swells 4 or 5 feet, and I was rocking, and I was hanging over the side. I was feeding the fish, and I told them boys, I said, no, we're still close enough. I could see that dock.
Yeah.
And I said, just run me back over the dock, and y'all go on.
Yep.
And
I get it bad.
Yeah, I don't really get
I know
seasick.
there's been several times. The one time we were fishing down below Bagnell when they had all the gates open, running like 120,000 cubic, whatever they were running down there, just wide open. And I know I got to where I was shaking. I was like, yeah, I got to go back. I can't.
You got to be careful. Wind comes up, up there. It rains, snow, or not snow, but rain, and
Yeah.
sun shouldn't come out. But that wind will come up.
Yeah.
You really got to watch because that's they'll get them swells, and man, they tear me up.
Well, it was real bad the first time we went deep sea fishing when we were stranded. I don't know if we've told it before,
No.
but when we were stranded, we blew one motor like 23 miles offshore and had to idle back on another one because it was overheating. The only thing the guy could refill it with was salt water.
No, he wouldn't refill it because he didn't want to run salt water through there, and we didn't have enough fresh water on the boat to keep
Oh,
it going.
yeah.
So we had to come back on one motor.
Yeah, so we idled back 23 miles, and we were far enough like you couldn't see land or whatever. Well, I was already getting like pretty motion sick like while we were out there or whatever. But whenever it got dark and it would have been like just closing your eyes and just going.
Well, it wasn't
and
as
down.
bad as your Canada trip, but whenever we started, I'm pretty sure we left like an hour late or something. We were supposed to leave in like the afternoon at
Yeah, it was supposed to be
like
like
1 or 2, and we didn't leave till 4 or something.
yeah, we didn't come back till like 4 in.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to be. It was like a 6-hour trip or something. We went out there and we were trying to fish for red snapper, but none of us could. We couldn't hold on to the we couldn't reel them in. They'd go down, get tangled up.
Yeah,
around.
dude, I'm telling you,
wreck.
I have never in my life felt like. Imagine a crappie here, like you catch like a 13-inch crappie here, and it's like, oh, got a good fish. You take that same fish and put it in the fucking ocean, and it feels like you're reeling a car off the bottom.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I
it
swear to
was.
God, I don't know what it is out there, but
Yeah, it was crazy. But that was the first time we went out there, and we never caught a fish. And then Dad ended up hooking a fish, and he fought it. And like every fish that we had would break the line within like
2 seconds.
like 30 seconds, and be like, well, that fucking sucks. And then Dad hooked this fish, and finally it was on for like a minute or two, and I was like, damn, we might actually catch him. And then he fought it, and I kept asking the guy, like, well, what do you think this is? And he was like, oh, it's probably, I think the first thing he said was I don't even know what he said. Maybe a
tuna or something.
no.
Anything
Well,
with a
that's what
tuna?
he ended up saying. He started pretty small, and then we fought it for like an hour, and I was like, you still think or whatever? And he's like, I don't know. This thing might be a big tuna or something. So we kept fighting it, and finally, like, he switched the pole up. We probably fought. How long did we fight that thing for? 3 hours. We fought it for
forever.
like 2 or 3 hours, but we kept like, they would use the motor to run it down and stuff. And you have a captain that drives the boat, and then you have a deckhand that helps you with the poles and stuff. And finally, the deckhand reeled it in for a little while, and he got it to the top, and it was like a 10-foot bull shark.
10-foot bull shark.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so it went back down, and then he was bringing it back up, and he had this little hand gaff, like if you're bow fishing, this, like you were going to, just gaff or a gaff a catfish or anything. And he reached over the boat, was going to gaff this 10-foot bull shark with his hand gaff and bring it in the boat. Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, we're going to bring this thing in or whatever. And he reached over the boat one time and, like, missed it. And then it went out, and the shark, like, jumped out of the air, and it, like, tail whipped. And the top of his tail caught the line and snapped it. And we were all just, like, defeated because we fought this only one fish for 3 hours or whatever, And then he overheated the motor in the process. And so we didn't have any fresh water. Like, they had, like, a gallon of fresh water or something, and that was it. And you couldn't run salt water through it. And so we had to come back on one motor, and it got dark out there on us, and Brady got seasick. And
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I've never wanted to kill myself so bad in my life. I mean, it was literally like you just put me in a damn little ball and just shook me up. I was fucking all sorts of confused.
But the guy did say whenever he was out there that like salt and vinegar chips or anything with like salt or vinegar really helps seasickness. Because he was looking for salt and vinegar chips to give Brady because he was.
But see, the second
jacked
second time we went back because our trip was so fucked. We went back with the same guy, and
Well,
it was shit again. But it was. I mean, it fucking sucked again. But
It was. Well,
It sucked, so we went back, and
no.
it sucked again.
the first time we went with the people, the deckhand and the other guy were super nice. Like
they're the
they were
coolest
awesome.
people.
They let me drive the boat on the way back, and the guy was trying to catch like marlin and something else in the back,
Sailfish or
something
something.
in the back of the boat. And he told me like pointed in this on his GPS like at this arrow and was like, just steer the boat in this direction. I was like, all right. So I'm sitting up there like trying to drive this boat, and like the waves would like. We weren't going fast enough, so the waves would like move you this way, and I'd spin the wheel, and then it would move you the other way, and I'd spin the wheel. Like I was constantly doing that when he was fishing. And then when we got back, they told us to like come back next year. Kind of like they were telling you like come back next year. Well, they ended up not charging us for the first trip there, and then they told us to come back. They'd make it right, and we went with the actual captain. And when we went with the captain, he took us.
He was a
out.
douchebag.
Yeah, he took us out, and then he like. We were going out to catch big red snapper, and he took us and he only put us on like
Yeah, well, he put us on fucking gay spots.
he put us on these little ass fucking mango snappers and shit to fill our limit.
Yeah, I mean, we caught like a whole bunch of like 6 and 8 inch fish, and he was like, oh, and then we were like, dude, it's like, is there anything like we want to catch some like big old bastards? Oh, I do have a spot. He waited till we had like 15 minutes of time left, drove us over to the spot. We each dropped a line in, hooked two.
Yeah, each got a bite and they broke the line, and he was like, yeah, we got to head back.
Yep, time's up. We're heading back.
Yeah, so we didn't catch anything worth of shit. And well, we kept catching these trigger fish, which if you had two of them on at the same time, it felt like you were, had a big fish, but you'd pull them up and they'd be like a big crappie here, and them are out of season, take them off the hook, throw them back in or whatever. And we were like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck these fish. We want to catch something we can eat.
Yeah, so yeah, we wouldn't go back with him or whatever, but that was our experience of deep sea fishing. But you've never been deep sea fishing, have you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have? I remember we've been
I tell
threatening
you-
to go, but we haven't been.
I wish if Don Eichhoff was still alive, that dude had some serious deep sea fishing story. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God. Listen to him talk about deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, he's quite a fisherman.
I know he was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about that time we were bow fishing that night, whatever. We were all sitting in the boat and he was talking about tuna, and he had what I'm pretty sure it was a tuna. It may have been a marlin, but I'm pretty sure it was a tuna. He was talking about it was so big they had to reverse the boat and sink it under a wave and float the tuna in with the wave into the back of the boat because it was so big.
I don't know. He done it all. Don, I do miss Don. He was a good time, but
Yeah.
he had done everything, hadn't he?
Yeah, he had.
Underwater welding and
Yeah,
shit, everything.
The old deep sea diver suits, you know, with big old
Yeah.
metal helmets stuff. That's what he wore. And
Yeah.
he had some stories to tell.
Yeah, he caught a little bit of everything though. Especially, well, did he ever guide down there, or was he just?
Bass fishing.
Oh, he
did.
guided bass fishing. I didn't know, but he never guided like deep sea fishing or anything,
No.
did he? Yeah,
No.
but
Was he guiding on Lake Fork?
No,
No,
like the old
Lake of those are.
Oh, he was guiding on the Ozarks. I thought he was guiding down south.
No,
No.
But they had a big like ocean boat that he'd go out fishing on, didn't he?
Yeah, he left it down there after he retired. He left it down there, and
That's what I thought. Or one of the hurricanes got a hold of one of them, didn't
yeah, got that in his motorhome both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he bought another one after that, but then with his health and everything
Yeah.
down south, he got rid of it, and he just stayed here. But yeah, gosh, one of the trips we taken, we went down to South Padre, and
Where were you spring breaking?
Floyd
We
was
know what kind
chasing
of fishing
women.
you're doing, Floyd.
but it was fun. But no,
I bet it was. I bet it was.
Yeah, you could get in that pool and swim up to that bar and get you a little drink, you know, whatever. And it wasn't really crowded. That was one good thing about it. It was just a nice time. But we stayed inland. He asked me, he said, "You want to go out?" And I wasn't crazy about going out on that water with all that was going on in this old world and whatever. I said,
With all the women down there, I'd have stayed inland too.
yeah. But we caught a lot of good fish down there and seen a lot of things. Porpoise, people was paying to get on these boats to watch porpoises swimming around and being around. Well, hell, they was around us quite a bit. But
Yeah.
that was bad fishing. You see the porpoise that ruined your fishing.
Yeah.
Really?
But big thing, floating black ring, I mean, big as this house. And but what it was turtles that was mating. And they'd all
Sea
joined
turtles?
together.
Really?
Sea turtles. And you would go.
So they don't mate in a pair; they mate in a group.
Yeah, these were. I mean, they were all gathered around. Yeah,
All gathered.
turtle orgy.
Drake.
But, it was unbelievable. You look at it, you wouldn't know at first until you got closer. You know, it just looked like almost like an oil spill. You know, just big black spot. But
It was turtles mating.
mating is what it was. Yeah.
Huh? Interesting.
But they, the water was clear, and you could be running along and be deep water. Next thing you know, you'd be in 2 feet of water. Just
Really?
odd how it was.
Hitting like coral reefs and stuff that would just
Yeah.
make it shallow.
And you just look down and just clear as could be.
Huh?
But it was a good trip too.
What'd you all end up catching, or what were you fishing for?
Well, actually, it was more the trout that we we
sea
caught.
trout.
And which
I hear them sea trout and them. Is it the redfish? Them redfish.
Yeah, the bull reds
Yeah, the bull reds.
that
and the-
Joe's catching right now. Yeah, bull
and the
reds.
sea trout. Them they're supposed to be damn good eating. You
Well-
catch them kind of inland.
yeah, redfish is I like them fresh, but they kind of got fishy after bring them home about 6 months.
Yeah.
They kind of got a little fishy, but they're good to eat. Yeah, they're good. Trout's kind of me the same way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade our catfish or crappie up here for any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, there he goes. If you got to know somebody down there knows how to cook them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot of. I could be wrong, but ain't the redfish, are they a saltwater and freshwater fish? Because don't you catch them up in the?
You catch them in Louisiana.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
it. Don't they catch
Yeah,
them up in
both.
Louisiana and shit too?
But a lot of them.
Or is it just saltwater, just backed up from the ocean?
I was gonna say a lot of them inlets and stuff are. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how that works.
I don't either.
I don't go south.
I could be fucking
down
ass
there.
backwards. I'm not sure. I just know a lot of they catch a shit
That
out of
does
them in
sound
Louisiana
right.
too.
But I
I know striper are saltwater, freshwater. Some of the bigger striper are. They'll swim. They'll come from.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They'll swim up from the ocean and swim up into the different tributaries. I'll look it up. I may.
Tarpon ain't a striper, Brady.
Yeah.
I know they look similar, but
No, I'm not talking tarpon. I'm talking the big stripers that they catch down. God damn it! You're gonna make me look it up.
I don't think
I am gonna make you look
doesn't
it
know
up,
what he's
'cause
talking about.
I don't know
Floyd.
much about fish, but that don't sound.
He
right
don't know
to
what
me.
he's talking about. I know one time when we were down there, or the same year that we went down with that group, and we got stuck out there at night. Whenever our boat broke down, we were out there deep sea fishing. We went also like 2 days prior. We went bow fishing out there, just on like some inlet.
Yeah,
like,
striper can live in both freshwater and saltwater environment. They come from the ocean and swim up.
What?
I learned
the
something new.
fuck? Yeah. That,
I didn't know that. But we
why
were
the
fishing.
hell is there not more of them down there than there is up here?
There is.
I don't know.
They catch a lot of.
Like the Ozarks, how'd they get up that dam?
That's what I'm.
That's like the big, fucking 50, 60 pound striper. They're catching them straight out of the, like where the river and oceans meet.
Huh, I don't
damned.
know.
Well, we gotta go catch those because a 1 pound striper is a badass to pull in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm telling you, that's what.
I could.
Watch.
Yeah.
John B has the best video on it. Whenever they go down and they striper fish and they catch, they'll be the bank will. It looks like Bennett Springs. The bank will just be lined with people because the striper are running to the mate or whatever, and they get down there and catch the piss out of them. They're fucking like 60-pound stripers.
That sounds awesome.
I think down there at Ha Ha Talk is supposed to be a good spot.
Yeah, I know. A guy was telling us just the other day about he caught a pretty big one down there or whatever. I forget. Remember that old man was telling us that he caught the one down there and then he released it or whatever. But no, I never really knew anything. But I know if you hook into a striper, it
Fucking awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I know a lot of them. Like people say, you catch one, they're like, "Oh, that's a striped bass. That's a hybrid. That's a white." Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the difference.
Yeah,
I just know.
How do you tell the difference in a striper versus a hybrid?
I truthfully.
I mean, the shit we're catching on the lake may be a completely different species than like the stripers that are coming out. Like they look the same, but I think they're different.
Yeah,
Unless
The
I'm,
way that
like I
I've
said,
always
I'm not really for
the little
sure.
ones are the white bass.
And the
When they get big,
big
they're
is a-
stripers. I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you though. Other than that's just
yeah. Other than
what
that,
I've been
I
told.
couldn't tell you.
Do you know Floyd at all?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I've never really fished for him other than just happened to hook them
it's fun.
fishing for crappie.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know I've watched whatever him do it, John B do it quite a bit.
But what I was saying before Brady got on his spiel, we went out bow fishing one time in like the backwaters of where we were in Florida. I think we were in Florida. We went into some like inlet places. And
Yeah, because we were staying in
we were
Gulf
shooting.
Shores, and
We were shooting stingray.
drove over to.
But we didn't really know what to shoot. Like the guy didn't really like tell us or whatever. Dad shot a crab, and the guy kind of got mad.
He's over there just.
Yeah, he did. He shot a crab, and the guy was like, "Well, good shot, but you can't shoot those or some shit." We were just
Am I
shooting at
supposed to-
anything.
Oh
that
yeah,
didn't
no,
cause us-
he literally never told us. He was just like, oh yeah, just
Well, I think I've even asked him, and they had some like weird fish that kind of were like our gar here, and then they had some like sheephead, which don't the sheephead?
yeah, they get like human looking
yeah,
teeth.
they have like human looking teeth.
Which we didn't shoot a lot that night, but
the other group did.
the same guide, but other boats shot a bunch of them. But we just shot. some
we
stingrays.
shot some stingrays, but like
Heard that's fun as fuck.
it is. We didn't get into any big ones, but it is a little difficult because you know how you have to aim low for like the water, like refractment or whatever, with the waves coming.
And they're laying flat.
Yes, it's
the
like
ground?
throws you. It throws
Yeah,
you
so it's
off.
like the waves are rippling there, and
But that is tough.
it's
yeah,
weird.
it's
like,
strange.
yeah, you shoot and the arrows like whenever it's actually
4 foot
underwater, it looks like completely different than like where you were shooting. You know, it's weird. But we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't shoot it. Yeah, I mean, we didn't shoot nothing hardly big when we were down there. But it was weird because like if we did shoot a stingray, apparently like I guess all their vitals are like things are in like the straight line from like their eyes back to the tail. So if you hit them in the wing or whatever, they clip the barb on every one of them and then just like
Release
if you
'em.
wing shoot them, they just release them and like yeah, they'll be fine.
So did you guys kill any? And like
Yeah, we killed a dozen or so probably.
Yeah, but we didn't clean it. Like I don't
We shot at a cut like
do you eat stingray?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We
Yeah,
haven't
there
used
was.
them back.
I mean, the biggest one we shot at was probably like a little bigger than a basketball.
Yeah, we didn't kill none of the giants, but we did. The same time we were down there, we went over to a. I don't like laying on the beach like for a couple days and that's it, you know. So we found the public beach.
We're in Fort Myers.
Yeah, I know, but we'd go down there fishing. We were staying in Gulf Shores, but we'd lay on the beach and then. Me and Brady would get up early and you could catch fish right in the morning, you know, but then the beach got so busy you couldn't really be throwing out lines and, you know, people were fishing. So we'd go down. There was I don't know if they call it whatever, a park or whatever it was, but it was basically just a big public.
Sucks to the bone.
Like a public beach or whatever. You could
Roger's on his way.
Is he?
Yeah.
It was like a public beach, but there would be like hardly anyone there, you know. And there was a few people, but not many. And we were catching little sharks off the beach.
Yeah, a bunch of dude. I'm telling you right now, we had Floyd's big surf. We had your surf fishing rod down there. There was a couple times I couldn't tell you what in the hell we hooked into, but I had one time. Yeah, I had shit out there, or not shit. I had bait out there, or whatever, and I could see my pole going ticking or whatever. I'm like, oh, so I pick it up like I'm getting a bite, and all of a sudden the pole just like as much weight. It felt like someone hooked a car onto the other end and they just drove. And I went. Dad and Landon were sitting there watching me, and I was holding the rod against against me like this, and I went. Pop.
No, it took every bit of line, and then the pole got almost like down straight, and it was like toop, and then it like come back or whatever. Like we don't know what the hell it was, but then Dad hooked a stingray, which we didn't know was a stingray, but it would like it fought for a little bit, and then would like come in, and then it was like it wouldn't come in any farther. It was like. You're not snagged on the bottom, but it'd be like if you were here, you'd be like, oh, I'm snagged on the bottom. But the stingray was just sucking to the bottom. And then we'd keep pulling on it or whatever, eventually like pull it up, I guess. Like he got tired of yerking on him and he would come up and then you pull him in farther and he'd suck back down to the bottom and then you'd have to rip him back off the bottom. And then we finally reeled him in and we didn't know what the hell. We didn't know what was like with the barb or anything, but we pulled him in and we released him. It was a big ass stingray though.
All right, we're back for a third time.
We're back for a third time. We got Little Rod's on this one again now. He just made a guest appearance. Yeah. We're talking about fishing with Floyd.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Floyd's telling us about all the times that he went fishing. He was also telling us about he went fishing in South Padre, and I think that he was probably doing something besides fishing.
Let's see. Let's finish the story then.
We already finished that one.
I finished that.
Have you ever been deep sea fishing, Raj?
Have you ever been?
I got 6 bucks.
So did I. So did I.
Yeah. Not one on the top of my list anymore. I'm gonna stick on the ground. I'm getting more into birds.
Are you?
Well, yeah. After this year.
After our turkey hunting this year?
Well, I used to love it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take me back.
You need to get it. You need to get
back. Actually,
you need to get more into sitting still.
You mean you had trouble sitting still, then?
Yeah, Floyd. He couldn't sit still. That's one thing about fishing, though. You don't have to sit still.
No comment.
No comment.
well, I was going to ask Floyd, what are you and Tater going to do? And you had to pull them poles out Sunday.
Use the boat, put a rope around, pull them out.
Let's say, I don't know, either one of you might have fell in the water. I know you ain't with your bad knee.
I know I couldn't. I know I couldn't.
Did they come out pretty easy?
Hell,
There's some of them. If it
That's because I had them jammed in there.
we'd have
I
left
had to
them.
get rowdy on a couple of them.
Did you? Yeah, we set bank poles on the
Boat
rip.
pulled, yanked around, and I had to kind of. Woo.
We told Roger just to hang on. We're gonna throw it in reverse, and the way we Tater.
That's the
whined
only.
on it.
Was that the only gear you had?
What about it? We did catch a channel cat.
Well, yeah, well, whenever we got on the river Friday
It
night,
was actually a good size one, but
when we got on the river
we throw
Friday
them
night,
rock that thing's back in the river.
we couldn't get the boat to go back and forward. We went up the river like 8 miles, 10 miles, and then the boat got stuck in neutral. It would go in reverse, but it wasn't going forward.
You ain't gotta look at me. I heard it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
But
so glad I was not there.
yeah, we couldn't get it figured out. And then finally we
This
did.
gentleman is.
I'm Nick. Nice to meet
Nick, I'm Roger.
Yeah, and we couldn't get it to.
Call me Rod or
About 3 miles
something else.
just sat still. So
Yeah,
Raj.
we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it to go. Finally, we did. We were on the water till midnight?
It was late, 11, 12.
Yeah. And then you.
We got some new lights in here, Raj, so we can see finally. We got tired of sitting in the dark.
Oh, well, I kind of liked it better.
I can turn them off for you.
No, you're good. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So
Floyd, do you need another one?
Is that? Yeah.
yeah, Roger had to go pull our
I
lines
was
for
punching
me.
ultras
Thank you.
at the river.
Were you?
Floyd was.
Yeah.
Oh, was he?
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
He outdrank me Sunday. Leave that
Outdrank you?
Yeah, I'll drink.
shit, didn't he?
Yeah, but you
I was on the water, wasn't I?
was on that water. I couldn't drink water. I didn't have enough water.
Damn.
your
Outdrink.
wife outdrinks you about 4 times a week.
Nah, not really.
It'd be hard to outdrink you, Little Rod.
We had a good day though,
I brought a
didn't we?
cooler.
Little Rod, what's the biggest catfish you've ever caught?
I haven't caught it, but mine about what we caught this weekend.
Really?
23, 20, 22, 23 pounds.
Is the biggest you've ever caught?
Mainly blue cat.
Oh, hell.
I mean, I've been with my dad, but that's not really me catching it.
Right.
Yeah, your dad's caught some big son of a bitches.
Yeah, he's got a few big numbers. 74, 69.
69.
Is that your favorite?
Shit, kids. You get our age, we don't worry about that 69 no more, do we, Floyd?
No.
Hell no, we don't.
Floyd just goes down to South Padre so he can sit back and watch the
Yeah.
show.
Swim up bar.
Yeah, swim up on it.
He calls it fishing. He calls it a fishing trip.
That's your fishing trip?
Yep. South Padre.
Swimming around in
Yeah.
all that pee. It would be a fishing trip. Swim up bars, that's nothing but pee. You know that, right?
I know I peed in it.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. So we can't. I had to show up just for you,
You
Floyd.
didn't have to wear the pants.
Talked to the boys all week, and I found out you were coming tonight. And I said, "Darn, I got a ball game. That's something just got winded out." You ever heard of
It
that?
got winded out.
I ain't
No
kidding.
rain delay, just wind.
Dust. I mean, the dirt off the field was killing people. Looked like you're at a racetrack, but dry dirt, not pumps.
We'll show up to work. We'll put dust in your eyes.
I honked at y'all today.
I heard
Way
you.
down there.
I was.
Oh, yeah, I heard you go by.
heard you.
Was it before noon?
Yeah, probably right
Yeah.
around 11:30.
Yeah, we heard you go by. Because Landon said, who the fuck is that?
I said, Rod, well, Tater knows. I've been going by there every other day. We've got like 3 jobs going on up there.
Really?
Every time I've been going by, I've been just doot 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 doot.
That kind of sounded gay.
Hey, that's what my horn sounds like. Wasn't me. It's just the horn. You
Well-
been there?
No, that kind of sounded
Darn it.
gay.
Well, you'd heard it.
Well, anyway, Floyd, I was just going to ask you too about fishing. Whatever, you went alligator hunting this year, and did you reel them in with a pole?
No.
Oh. I thought you
We
snagged
did
them.
some of that
Okay.
with a pole, but we didn't do any good on it. We did some limb line, which I really didn't care for it because most of the time they swallow that hook
Oh yeah,
and they die. And we had one we pulled up on. He's about 8 feet. He
dead before you get there.
yeah.
Really?
And then, but this one, we just was after it and turned loose of it, and we pulled up, and that was our one day of putting them bank line pole tree lines. But most of it, what we did was just a big old treble hooks, throwing a rope, snagging them, hooking onto them.
Really?
You watch. We was on a trophy hunt, and that guide, them boys are all pretty good. They had to be 10 feet or better. And they see them out there. They glass them, and then you work your way to them. Well, they go down. Well, a lot of times they'll stay right on the bottom there with the bubbles coming up. But then again, they'll move. So you just follow those bubbles. When they stop again, then they start throwing that gaff hook out there.
Really?
And we caught several. The one I got a hold of. No, you're fine. I didn't get a hold of it. I'm glad I didn't, but it was 11.6 and weighed about 700 pounds.
Holy
God
And,
damn.
But these all I did was shoot it. But they pull that thing up. Well, it took me about 4 or 5 shots, but
Okay, that makes more sense.
but between their eyes, it's got about a tennis ball spot between their eyes that you got to hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all watch Swamp
How far
People.
were you?
I'm standing in the boat, and he was probably as close to him to hit his feet, or a little
Floyd,
closer.
You can't hit a tennis ball at 3 steps.
Well, it's
Not
constantly.
at that he's thrashing and
Oh,
opening his
come
mouth and trying to get at you.
Come on now.
I'm serious, no. But it's quite an experience to have one of them that close and his mouth open. And he's trying to get in the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
get
That's
unhooked.
So
And,
do they fight like they do on Swamp People, or
yeah.
they just do that for show?
No,
No, they fight like that.
it took 3 of them. The guide, his helper, and one of the boys, Gene Kaiser, was with me. And he's a big boy. It took all 3 of them to get him in. But
Oh,
damn.
shit.
yeah, it's close. You're close to him. I mean, we had a 22 mag rifles, what he used, but we had one experience with it. We killed several gators, and you don't get on that hunt. You only get to keep like that.
Right.
You keep 20 pounds of meat out of it. But through the 5 days we was hunting, we killed a lot of other alligators. But all we did was shoot them. They got everything. They
Right.
kept the meat, hide, everything.
Kind of how it was fishing this weekend.
But that guy that was running the boat, yeah, he did that. He's bad about that.
Yeah. Kept all the meat and
Yeah.
everything.
Not to keep going.
But
With the story,
no, he. Let's see. Hitting him when they're thrashing like that is the hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I could see that.
we had one that we got a little nervous on. You know, they've got nerves their feet will move,
Yeah.
but this one blinked its eye, and that guide even he had a 22 mag pistol on him, and he shot it again.
Why it was
Well,
in the boat?
It was in the boat. Yeah. My thought was, are we going to shoot a hole through the bottom of this boat?
Yeah.
And because I damn sure didn't want that thing to sink, and been out there.
Swimming with the gator.
Yeah.
I can't swim, so
Well, Floyd can't swim.
but them
Floating
alligators.
with the gator.
Yeah.
Can't swim around.
I float.
fishing, gators, and everything else. Can't even fucking paddle.
I bet so. Yeah, I'd been walking on water then.
Jesus Christ.
But I asked him. He said no. He said that them boats are all reinforced in the bottom because I guess
They're used to shooting like
Well, that
that.
don't help us on the Osage.
Well, I hope we don't run into any alligators on that Osage.
Yeah.
I got-
Have you ever
little
seen any
shotgun.
down there, Little Rod?
I seen a swamp nest monster on the Missouri once,
Did you?
right there where we were all at last weekend.
Tell us that story.
Oh, I was coming back for 4th of July.
Oh, so you were pretty drunk.
Yeah. About 2 or 3 in the morning.
Good morning.
He got hit in the head with a flying cart.
Troy says he got hit in the head with a flying
Dad did.
carp on his way back. Thought it was a Loch Ness monster.
The shoulder and the leg.
From a
Dad's been
carp
hit-
or a Loch Ness monster?
Well, he'll call it a Loch Ness monster. That's who calls it that, of course.
Oh, your dad
I
does?
thought it was a log, but
It was a carp.
Boy, we went from
So confused right now.
I'm confused.
So
you
you
seen a
did-
log or you got hit with a carp or what?
I've never been hit by one. My dad's been hit 3 times.
So what'd you see that day?
We've been hit. We got hit back in.
I'm confused, Little Rod. You got hit with what?
I didn't hit anything. We were talking about the swamp.
The swamp nest monster.
Yeah, I think it was just.
So where did
big
that
ass
come
log
from?
that floated up because we were just floating, and I think it floated right next to us, and it went down and took off.
The log took off?
Yeah, something happened because it was a weird subject, but
Huh. Only on the 4th of July.
my dad still
On the Missouri
wonders.
River.
Of course,
That's coming up in a week.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we'll see him
sure.
again. We'll go out hunting him.
Well, you said
Next Thursday night, we'll go out on Floyd's boat and we'll reenact
Yeah.
the entire deal.
was you floating in the water or was you floating just in the boat? The boat float.
boat.
Okay. I thought you might have been in the water.
I can't believe we're recording this shit.
Hey, you're the one who told us you've seen the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, I don't know if I've seen it.
Or you didn't really call the Loch Ness Monster. You
have to
said
ask my dad
monster.
And then it was a log, and then it was an Asian carp, and
Well,
then it was
yeah.
a log
both.
again.
No, the Asian carp's totally different.
For a minute, I thought maybe you got hit in the head with a flying dick.
No, you got me on two stories for a minute there.
So there's two different stories?
Yeah, Loch Ness Monster and Asian carps are two different stories.
Oh, I was confused. So you seen a
I
Loch
thought
Ness
that was all the
Monster
same
on the
thing.
4th of
I'm
July?
talking to Sarah now.
Missouri or the
I can do some more bitching.
No, please don't. I thought I got away from that when I left the house.
Probably Gump and a flyby.
I don't know. I'm glad this is a fun one because we're not talking much about outdoor.
Well, you
We're
missed
learning.
About the Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster is outdoors.
you missed the whole first part. Floyd talked a lot about fishing to begin with.
So we're just talking to talk now.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, yeah. Since you showed up and we were on the edge of talking about,
Yeah, what's your thoughts on Canada, Little Rod?
yeah,
Canada?
Yes.
fishing in Canada.
What's your thoughts?
I've never
Ed?
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
Floyd
I
went
wouldn't
there
mind going to Colorado though.
fishing?
Yeah, I've seen some cool little shit down there last week.
Yeah, you were out there. That was cool.
I'd like to go fly fishing out there. Really.
Fly fishing for
I
trout or
fished
whatever.
right off this guy's back porch.
Really?
Or just walk down there. I don't think there's that whole lot of fish because I was
Do
like
what?
watching because it's that
Hook
clear.
you used to catch a fly.
Fuck you, Troy.
What the hell did Troy say?
He said, "What kind of hook you use to catch a fly?"
This
A
is
small
gonna
one.
be a rowdy one.
Yeah,
You thought I was bad the first time.
I know. Well, you probably really can't hear Troy mouthing back there, but he's mouthing.
He needs to get up here on a mic.
Yeah, he needs to. We can't hear him back there.
Good, keep him back there. I can hear his gas tank rattling though.
His cat. No,
Floyd, did you tell anything about the weekend yet?
No, we
we
haven't
ain't-
talked.
we ain't
We
got
haven't
to the
talked about
weekend
that
yet.
yet.
Oh.
No, he was telling us how he got stranded in Canada and he burnt a boat
Started
down.
in 1972. You know, right before you were born, about 4 years ago.
It's the early '70s. The
Yeah.
first time he went to Canada.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But then he told us a little bit some other stories and stuff. But now we're caught up to current date, so we can talk about this weekend.
Well, you started it.
Well, I did because we went out fishing and I said that the boat broke down and we only had reverse, and that put us out there for a long time. Because you were messing it, I thought I was going to have to call you to come get us.
I got boats out there.
Yep. But
Well, this time of summer, fish are sitting on beds, are they not?
yeah, well the few fish that we caught, like the flathead, it was full of eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were.
So it was kind of tougher fishing, but then me and Adam went out bow fishing on Saturday night that was, and I didn't get it until like 3 a.m. And so I didn't end up going to run them on Sunday, but Little Rod did. So you went out Sunday morning, didn't you?
Well, yeah, because you
Because
made me go.
because I was out too
But
late.
no, I was excited to go anyway. I was all pumped.
Yep. But I guess the river came up.
Quite a bit.
Couple
We
feet. Yeah, I'd say a couple
We had a
feet.
couple poles underwater.
had
Yeah.
one under Tate. Your old man found it.
It's gonna keep coming up, ain't it?
It's going to hit like 21 feet now.
That's still
Yeah.
that puts
Yeah,
it-
July 3rd.
That puts it right at Troy's concrete.
Really?
So that dock will be like, yeah, you probably have to walk through a foot of water then if it's going to be that high.
It's going to be 21 feet.
We're slaying them some bitches.
Yeah. We
I
might be
might
able
even put the other boat in.
It might be pretty good fishing.
What's the Osage supposed to be? They're talking about the Missouri being a 20.
21, but whenever it's 21, the Osage brings it up to.
Depends what they're dropping out of the lake.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to end up being.
It'll take a little more, but
Oh, they're gonna have to start running water out of the lake as much rain as they got up north, not?
I don't.
Depends if it comes
Yeah.
there's still a shit ton of snow in Colorado. I know y'all think that's crazy, but there's still a shit ton of snow up in Colorado.
And you say whenever the snow melts in Colorado, it raises the river?
Some of them, I don't know if it really bothers.
Yeah, probably not here. That shit all runs the other way, probably, don't it?
Right, well, I'd assume, but
I'm just saying, as much rain as they had through like Sioux Falls and like up north
South
Iowa,
Dakota and
it's all.
stuff is absolutely flooded.
Brady, you know how to rap too?
Do I know how to rap?
Yeah, I'm just curious with that little concoction you got going there.
No, I don't know how to rap. No.
Let's hear your best.
Can you rap?
That'd be the
No.
lightest ass
No.
rap you ever heard.
You don't even want me to try.
Yeah, you don't want to hear any of us try.
I don't rap, Little Raj.
Sure. We don't need to do it on a podcast.
No, we're not here to rap. We're here to talk about.
To knock that horn off there.
No, I've been watching it. I know.
You're within a half of an inch a second ago.
Oh no, I'm not gonna hit it.
Just like that.
Floyd, how was your
I didn't hit
experience
it,
with
though.
Little Rod on the river on Sunday?
Oh, it's good. Thank God we had him.
Yeah.
Or we'd have left some fishing equipment out there because we couldn't have got those poles in.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Let me know when you're done how many poles you actually took after you get
11. You know, I said 12, but there was 11.
So
So we didn't lose any.
that's somebody else told me that.
Yeah, I did.
Right. Huh?
We've lost them before.
Yeah.
I did last year.
You
I
lost one last year.
Tater found that first one, the very
Yeah.
first one. It was, I don't know. He asked me how deep.
I think it was a good 2 feet underwater.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See,
we took a.
That was the hardest one to get out too, by the way.
I had it jammed in there good.
That thing was
But,
hard.
but my biggest thing is like
I gotta do 12 of these motherfuckers.
how was that trot line?
It was all tangled up. There wasn't a damn thing on it.
No.
It's in pieces right
I
now.
don't know why you put it over there.
Oh, that's what Dad said. Your old man used to fish in that corner.
Nah, he's fucking silly.
Right there past
50
the,
feet down from the last dock.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what Dad was telling me
On
that
the other side of the river.
on the other side of the river.
Yeah, where the current's at.
on our side.
Oh, we were in current there.
On our side of the river.
That's not what you want.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You were on
You
the
had
other
some
side.
good line set.
That's where he caught the 40-footer.
Yeah.
Footer.
Well, we might have snagged the Loch Ness monster. We had one line that was completely cut or broke. What was it, Floyd? 90
That
pound
line was 90 pounds. Yeah.
Might have been that Loch Ness monster coming up.
Could have been.
Might have been.
Those things are big.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
On the boat
I think there's only one of them though.
There's only one of
Where'd
them.
all the people go then? Nothing.
It was a floater.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna fish a bunch here coming up, Little Rod, if you're ready.
Take off work.
Yeah, we're fishing all week.
We're fishing all next week, I
What days
guess.
are you talking?
Every day.
Monday, Tuesday.
What's the dates? Anybody,
Saturday, Sunday.
anybody around here got a fucking calendar?
No, we don't. Let me pull up my laptop and see.
No shit.
That would be July
That's a
1st
repeat.
through July 7th.
Well, I'm off the 3rd to the 8th.
Oh,
There you are.
perfect.
Shit. Yeah.
Tell Sarah you're not going to be home. You'll be fishing.
Yeah, you know how mad she got at me for coming over here tonight?
Really?
Go marry them fucking Stockmans.
I ain't sure. I ain't sure you're
like,
married to Landon, but I'm pretty sure you can hold it in his mouth. Your mouth over went limp.
Enough of that already. Go fucking fill your gas tank up. Catfish head.
So Sarah got mad that you're on the podcast tonight?
Oh yeah.
Well, shout out to you, Little Rod, for making it over, even though she was going to get mad.
She's just jealous because you're famous now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's what I told her. I said one day I could be famous.
Yeah, you're going to be podcast famous, and she's going to be mad.
Yeah, everybody's
Not
gonna-
one day. You are.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
All
See?
famous.
Yeah.
Probably ruined it tonight.
Yeah.
When you get home, tell her she get glad in the same pants you got mad in.
That's a fact, Troy. Oh, you got the hot tui going already? You need to stick off TikTok, old man.
Stay off TikTok.
That's gonna fuck you all up.
I'm sure it's fun giving $100 to meet her.
I bet you would.
Hell. So you going to go fishing with us then?
Well, I'm off that whole time, I think.
All right. Well, we can go fishing then.
I don't even feel like I'm on the
We're planning on
podcast.
catching.
We'll scoot up to the table and put your headset on.
That's why I bet. I can't hear all you all.
Yeah, I know. You gotta.
I think we'll catch a lot of fish.
Yeah.
1,000 pounds.
Floyd, give us
Our
one
goal
more
is
story
1,000 pounds
from the
for the week.
weekend. Besides the reverse,
Oh,
besides Sunday, and besides we didn't catch shit, what was the good part about the weekend?
well, let's
Hanging out
see.
with you, Raj.
I was going to say your company.
Well, we caught 2 decent fish all weekend. I mean, well, it wasn't all weekend. We could have fished harder. We could have run them through the night.
Yeah.
I think we need to ask Corey how to fish.
Yeah.
You would have caught more.
I think so.
I know, but we didn't have enough. We needed more than me and you.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate.
My phone is-
I fell in Sunday.
Nate.
Would y'all sneak in over there?
Huh?
See, I ain't got my headphones on. That's the problem.
Yeah, see, you don't get your headphones on. You can't even hear us.
Brady didn't give them to me.
They're right there on the table.
Where's yours?
Floyd doesn't want to wear them. You got to put them on your head so you can hear.
I want to hear it all.
Yeah,
I
Floyd
want the
wants to hear it
surround
all.
sound. I want
I won't be
everything.
able to hear Troy and Tater now. That might be a better thing.
What are you, 5? I can turn you up, Rod. You need to be turned up.
No, down to touch.
Down a touch, he says. Yep.
That better?
You're fine.
So, what kind of good story came out of this weekend? The boat written going forward. You thought you lost the line, but you didn't lose a line.
I talked to you about that.
And you didn't catch no fish. You said.
Well, we caught a couple, but
Did you did you fish your secret spot?
No.
Well, that's probably
We
why.
haven't been back to the blue hole
It was
yet.
probably underwater.
you can't hear him.
Troy says the secret spot was probably underwater.
No, the blue cat hole's always there.
Yeah. Well, maybe we need to run up there and set some lines on it then.
We're going to whenever we.
All right. Well, we're gonna go fishing for a week, and then we're gonna podcast about it.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well,
So what's the goal?
the goal is to catch. Floyd's goal is to catch 100
100-pounder.
100-pounder.
So
what I
what's
want.
the total weight goal for 7 days of fishing?
7 days of fishing.
Meat weight or fish weight?
I can tell you right now, I'm not making 7
Fish weight.
all.
Fish weight?
I might make 7 evenings, but not all 7 days.
You'll do whatever.
Yeah, I know you can't get up in the mornings. I called you. I'll be there 5:30. 5:30. Called you twice.
Come on,
7
kid.
days of fishing.
We did go to bed at 2:30
How many
though.
fish we got?
This
How
week,
much
you're going this week.
out of the water.
I'll give you 350 pounds. If you clear that,
Oh fuck! I'm gonna say we'd be lucky to hit 100.
you said 1,000.
I like Nick's thinking.
I'm saying 350.
I'm not going to disagree.
I'm gonna say about 80 pounds of blue cat and one or two channel cat.
Don't even keep them things.
Yeah, you just throw them. You throw them channel cats back, don't you?
They
They
count
told
as
me
weight,
to,
but
too.
that's it.
I don't like. I don't care about them channel cats. They're like
My
yellowish.
question
you hear
is, do
me?
we have a 200
Yeah.
pound scale?
That channel cat we caught, that's how much was that
Oh,
big?
it was a good channel cat. Yeah,
Well,
it was
It was big. It
Where-
was,
channel cat. It was a nice channel.
it was in the farthest,
Well, channel
shallowest
cats like
area
eat
you're
nice
at.
and
Really?
One of the first 3 poles you set up.
One of the first 3 poles we said. Was any of the poles really bouncing, or the fish just a surprise?
No, they were tapping a bit.
They were moving a bit.
Well, closer the motor got, the more they hit.
Or, yeah. What?
There's a lot of trash,
A lot of trash floating.
and well, we'd hooked into some that it looked good from the distance, the pole bouncing, but when you got up there, it was a lot of trash in the line.
What would you say, like, far as putting a bank pole in for catfish? How far? Like, I mean, I stuck them in pretty good, but
Talking to me?
yeah. Well, everyone. How far would you think theoretically to put it in the bank that a catfish wouldn't pull it out? Like, if you were to get it in the bank,
I don't think
A
you have
foot.
to drive it in.
I think that ultimately.
no, I don't
depends
ever
on
drive any of them in. I push them in my hands.
Yeah, I'd say.
angle.
Yeah, I
that
was
you
gonna
put it
say.
in at, and
Yeah.
whatever kind of ground you're putting it at.
Degree angle to the water. How would they ever pull them out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well, I
they're
agree.
pulling. A catfish can't pull straight.
Right.
It's pulling down.
It's never
Yeah.
gonna pull.
The only thing that I've ever had, Troy, is we had one time, and I don't even know how it happened or why, but we were running lines with Shannon, and we come back, and the hole had wallered out enough from it like bouncing that the pole was laying straight like this, like on the bank. And whenever I pulled up, I was worried that the pole was just gonna like poof, shoot out of the hole, and I grabbed onto the poles thinking that we had something big on there, and there was no fish.
Not if it's bent over. Not if it's them true fishing poles.
So I don't know.
Was the bait still on?
PVC might have.
No, this was a
No, it was them
That's all I use
5/8
with these.
What do we
fiberglass.
have
And
that-
I've had
yeah.
very good luck with the conduit. That's
Really?
all I run. I don't have any of the fiberglass rods.
Oh, really? That's what we were running, the fiberglass rods.
I've caught. Or
What's your biggest
my
catfish?
biggest person is on a trot line. It was 64-pound blue.
Yeah.
Really?
But my
Catch
biggest on a bank pole's probably right around 50,
Yeah.
40 to 50. I do a
You
lot
gotta
more
beat us
jug
by
fish.
4%.
I do a lot more jug fishing than bank poles.
Bank
Where do you
But
do that at?
I fish the Osage a lot more than Missouri.
I would like to get into the
Jugging?
down rigs.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
The down rigs, I feel like
I've
is
seen a
where
lot of guys have really good luck with that on the Osage.
I'm just
Or not on the
not a
Osage,
big fan
Missouri.
of trot lines. It just seems like a lot of them are
Just
Pain in the
vertical
ass,
line.
Fucks your boat
they're
up.
a pain in the
Jug on
ass. They're
top.
dangerous.
Just sink it straight down.
Yeah.
Trot line.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is like
Instead of running it horizontal.
whenever the water, I've been setting them like, say you get like a little inlet or a cut in where the water's ripping by, but the water sits still there. Because a lot of them fish will sit in that still water because that rushing water that's right,
Definitely.
like there's a line there. Them fish will sit there because when that little bait fish get caught in that swift current and it washes them around the corner, it's just like a smart. I mean, they just sit there and eat and eat and eat. But if you can't get out there with like well, you can set a bank pole on that corner if you could, but whenever you get out, basically, like say when the water rolls around a dike or something, and you get that edge of the edge of the current versus like the still water, if you can drop a down line there where them fish are sitting, say you're in 30 feet of water, you can drop a down line and, run three, 4 hooks up depending on the depth and cover. That's kind of what I'm getting more into than running trot lines.
I haven't tried it yet, but I would like to.
Yeah. That's kind of what I like.
yeah.
I mean, I don't use the, I don't know.
Floyd's got a headset on finally.
Yeah, he's got a headset. He can hear now.
You know what? The only thing I can hear is landing.
Well, he's a little,
Really?
Hell, I want to hear everything. I'm going to take them all. I want to hear it all. I want to hear the background from that
Geezer?
empty gas can over there.
Empty gas.
Yeah, they keep talking about Troy's gas can. It's his drink cup.
Good job, Floyd.
Yeah, he's got a fuel
least you
back up.
tried it.
That's right. All right, so Little Rod, what's your favorite fishing story that you ever got?
Well, that goes back to the Asian carps.
Your
Hit my
favorite
dad in
fishing
the
comes
head.
from your favorite fishing story is your dad getting in the head with an Asian carp.
Yeah, because he said he's never going back in that hole again.
Then he got hit in the face with it again.
Well, he got hit in the shoulder. It actually hurt him.
Really? All right. What is your favorite fishing story of catching a fish?
Wait, we got to hear the story first.
All right. Tell us the story.
What story?
Your favorite fishing story.
I don't have one.
What? You don't have a favorite fishing story?
Not really.
Not really. All right.
Floyd, what do you got?
Frogging. I mean,
I mean,
I don't fish a whole lot. I used to when I was younger, but I can't really.
you don't go
I
out
can't
much
keep
anymore.
myself entertained for that long. Trot lining is about the only fishing I can do.
Yeah.
That's what I normally do.
All right.
Limb
well,
lining. Oh, okay, I got one.
all right. Let's hear it.
Caddy Creek, same place my dad got hit with the first fish,
Yeah.
Phenomenal
the Asian
fishing
carp.
spot.
Mm-hmm.
running limb lines. 'Cause we did limb lines back then,
Yeah.
which I think you still,
Did you pre-bait the water before you set the lines? Like pre-bait the
No,
water
sir,
a week in
no.
advance?
Full of corn.
Yeah. Dump a bunch of corn out there and then go.
We're not talking about turkeys.
You use a trot line on them turkeys, don't you? With corn.
Yeah.
No, I did not say that, Floyd.
Oh,
So all right. Continue.
Caddy Creek,
Yeah.
I caught an eel.
You
An
caught
eel?
an eel.
Yes.
I've caught eel in there.
Really?
And then-
That's cool.
Then I did not want to touch it. That's how young I was. And my dad, because I thought it was,
Electric.
yeah,
Yeah.
retard.
Hey, at least I
snob.
didn't have to say it.
Yeah, nobody has to. But,
No, I'm the same way. I always thought so. Like I guess the freshwater eel that we have aren't like like they don't
they said they're actually decent to eat, but
Really?
really.
I
they
cut the fuck out of that line when I caught one.
Yeah, you didn't touch
I
it
didn't
either.
touch that motherfucker. Hell
I
no.
was trying to be like cut the line. I'm like, I ain't touching this.
Hell no.
Did your dad grab it?
I hate to say it, but my cousins caught like 3 of them,
Really?
counting mine, and he's cleaned them and cut them up, and they're not bad.
I've never. What's it even look like?
It's like a
Snake?
big
A
ass tad.
snake.
It's like
Yeah,
a big ass
snake
tadpole.
slash tadpole.
How long was the one you caught?
Probably 2.5.
They're big.
Oh fuck!
I mean,
yeah.
They
probably
get
like that.
huge.
Really?
they're probably about as big around as it's a little smaller than a
I'm
softball.
about close to you, but my cousin ripped one in about 3 footer.
Slimy
Really?
as shit.
Yeah, and he kept it.
Huh? So they
What
don't.
the
I
hell?
didn't even put it in the boat.
they're
Cut
not
that
like-
staging off
I was
and
gonna
let
say,
it go.
They just reach out and grab it, or what?
It's just it's
I didn't know what
Well,
the fuck
nothing to do
I
with that.
had.
it's I didn't either. That's what I did. Drop that some bitch. I didn't know it was gonna bite me or what it was
I
gonna
don't
do.
fuck with snakes, much less an
Me
eel is
either.
gonna shock the shit out of me.
Me either.
Have you ever caught a sturgeon?
Oh, somebody else here. Yes, I've caught one years ago fishing right in front of where our cabins are at.
Who the hell's here?
I released it.
Someone's upstairs.
Yeah, she took
What the
off.
hell else should she be pissed off about?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes she just does that.
Probably your wife wondered who you're fucking.
She's probably gonna come down here and beat your ass, little Raj.
Yeah.
My wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, we better fucking take off.
Oh yeah. We better all hide.
Yeah, that ain't no kidding.
You have to get her over here.
But that surgeon, I released it because I had no idea what it was.
Oh, you caught a sturgeon too, then?
Off of fishing, rod and reel, actually. It wasn't,
Very big.
One minute. Yeah.
but I had no clue what it was back then.
Have you ever caught a sturgeon, Nick?
I've caught 2 on a rod and reel and
Really?
1 on a trot line.
Caught
On the
one
Missouri?
All on the Osage.
Oh, on the
Hey,
Osage. What?
He likes the Osage.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's probably up there in your blue hole.
You better not be
How big were they?
in there.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Better
very
stay out of
big.
there. Someone had a line in there that
He knows
day we
what
were up
Caddy
there.
Creek is.
I know.
That's where I caught my biggest flathead ever.
Touch him up.
See?
See?
But,
He's in your spot.
That's probably his lines that
That
time.
probably was his lines that time we were up there.
But the one on the trot line was probably 3 foot. The
Really?
other ones were about both the ones on my rod and reel. It was back to back. The river was flooded. I was fishing off our dock, and I caught 2 of them, literally within 5 minutes of each other. They were
Really?
about 2 foot long.
Huh.
But
Damn.
they're super cool looking.
Yeah, I've never seen a sturgeon or colt.
Hey,
I mean,
Both the ones
I know
on
what
rod
they
and reel
are.
were
But
on just on worm, and then the one on the bank or on the trot line was foul hooked like in its side.
really?
Yeah, on a bluegill.
Huh. Interesting. I've always been told, since we're on here talking, like I've always been told that blue cats like more current and flatheads like more of like backwater.
Yes.
Is that right? That's what I've always been told. That's why it's hard
That's
whenever
why I
we're
like the Osage, because I like catching flatheads.
flathead. That's
I
what.
don't. I'm not huge on the blues. If I'm gonna catch a blue, I'd like to catch it on a rod and reel.
Right.
There's a lot in there, though.
Yes.
So you think there's more flatheads up the Osage than the Missouri, or you think it's
They're just not your 100-pounders, I don't
Yeah,
think.
you don't get the monsters, but I think you get
better numbers?
better numbers and a better. I don't know how to put that, but I think you get better numbers and more of an average. I feel like when I fish the Osage, I can catch more 25 to 35 pound fish than I can when I fish the Missouri.
Sorry.
I
See,
either catch nothing but 15 to 20s, or it's a 45 to 50 on the Missouri.
And
See-
There's like-
remember in trout lines, right?
Yes.
So they
Yes.
hit the same line?
What do you blue cats and flatheads
No, like you get 3 or 4 flatheads on one. Or,
on trot lines? Yeah, on the Marys. I don't ever. Very seldom will I set a trot line in Caddy Creek, but on the Marys, I'll set trot lines in there and catch 2, 3, 4 flatheads on
no
one line.
shit. I ain't been in there in a bit.
damn. See, we never, which I don't know a whole lot about it. We just more into like bank pulling and stuff. And the trot lines I have set, they end up just in a big tangle fuck of a mess. And, or either that or you,
Current, and
or
there's
people.
so much trash. It's so hard for me to run trot lines on them.
Oh fuck! If we had trout lines on the Missouri before, we catch fucking Cheez-It bags and fucking
Oh, yeah.
trash bags.
No,
and
yeah, we have. But
a
I will
bunch of
say,
stupid
Just saying,
shit.
like just trash, as in trash. Just I say call trash as your logs.
Yeah, sticks. and-
remember that one time we went out there though, just us in the boat, and we set that trot line in that big. We caught that big ass blue,
yeah.
like in that current.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
you could.
That's
Like-
the money hole, too.
It's
That's what he said.
it's just a pain to run them, and it almost takes more than
Yeah.
2 people to run them, and it just sucks, But I was just curious. I mean, we've never really, or I've never set a whole lot on the Osage or what we did this weekend. Or it seems like a lot of gar still the bait, but I mean that's anywhere. But see what gets me, like when we were on the Missouri this weekend, we were catching flatheads that were literally like 3 pounds, 4 pounds maybe.
And I feel like I don't run into as much of that on the Osage as I do the Missouri.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Huh.
I don't know why,
yeah.
but just the average of fish
Yeah.
has always seemed to be better.
Better, really? Huh? Maybe we need to try that.
You can catch a lot of fish, and you can catch big fish on the Missouri, but
Yeah.
my mind has always been, why do I need to go all the way over there
I told him the same thing.
When-
Swear to God. Told
Yeah,
him
and
the
Little
same
Rod said the
when
same
I can
thing.
run in these little sloughs and set some jugs, and there's a 30-pound flathead on every single fucking one of them, or close to.
Really?
Yeah.
We're using for bait.
Bluegill, green ear sunfish.
Yeah.
How do you hit with hot dogs?
Setting jugs.
Only time I ever use hot dogs is floating jugs. Floating
you,
on the Missouri on the rock walls.
Kool-Aid them or anything? Just straight up.
Walrus hot dog.
Yeah.
I've used Asian carp for bait and cut them and soaked them in Kool-Aid before. And
Yeah, that
used
actually
them as
works
bait.
pretty good.
Works not bad.
I've heard a lot of people talk about the Kool-Aid kick. I've never got into it.
Yeah.
I haven't either. But
We tried it as kids just to be like, oh, you know.
I don't fish that
fish
much.
way
I used
more
to
than
a
I
lot.
do.
I mean, I can't say that if we took Kool-Aid on one or Kool-Aid bait on one side and regular on the other, that you're going to catch more fish. Like, I haven't seen a difference.
Well, I don't know the truth of that either.
Yeah, I don't know
Let me get my
that.
laptop out.
Yeah, I better get it out and do some research.
We're on live TV right now.
Pam.
Troy, I can't be giving you all my secrets.
You take
I'll,
Pam.
I'll tell you exactly where I go.
Are we videoing too?
I really will.
No, we're not filming this one.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
See this sexy guy.
Troy said this is a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I can't wait to edit this one. I'm gonna have to take off work tomorrow just to edit this. Edit this.
How time for you to get a day off?
He,
isn't it?
he probably ain't going to edit shit according to the last one.
That's a good one.
I was on the last one, and Little Rod goes, we told the location, and you said, oh, I'm going to cut that out, and then you never did, and it just rolls into it all.
Yeah, I know. I was going to, and then I looked for it for like 2 hours. I kept like going through different sections. I never could find it, so I just said fuck it and left
What
it.
happens when you get involved?
I know.
Is there a thing
Pick
like
out
on
the
your
nasties.
deal where you can flag stuff?
Yes, I just started using it. I've been marking shit
Yeah.
this whole time.
This whole time.
Yep.
He says he's direct.
Because I've been it takes a long time to actually go back and go
Yeah,
through
it's
shit.
another
You
hour
gotta
and a
listen to the
half.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I listened to this whole. I bet you I listened to this whole thing 6 times.
I guarantee it.
It takes me twice.
Yeah, I'll listen to the whole thing 6 times
'Cause
before
once I
it
lose
even
it,
goes
I start
up.
it over.
It'll go up on Thursday, and then I'll listen to it again Thursday just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Slide
Interesting.
behind you.
So we kind of
Here.
we've started this podcast with Floyd and talking about fishing,
Yeah,
and
we
then
kind of shit on Floyd.
Oh no, I'm enjoying it. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm learning.
yeah, he's learning some things. But then Little Rod came in. You got anything more for us, Little Rod, for this one?
Yeah. Any closing thoughts, Little
Yeah.
Rod?
Any closing
How
thoughts?
much time we got?
However much time do you got to tell us?
Yeah, however much time you want to close it out with.
Yeah. Just tell us.
Hurry up, because we're going to the bar.
Floyd's closing thoughts are hurry the hell up so we can go to the bar.
All right.
Let's hear your closing thoughts.
How'd you like docking that boat, Floyd?
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, he scared the fuck out of me.
What was you scared?
How'd he scare you?
I thought you was gonna rip both sides off that trailer.
That's when I put them big old
Oh,
holes
you
on
mean
the
you
side.
mean loading the boat back on the trailer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, how was it? Yeah,
it was a pain in the ass.
pain in the ass.
I wasn't bad.
Who was driving?
I was-
Lloyd.
Yeah, I was out there and he's like, do this, do that. Jesus. Floyd.
I backed up one time. I headed in, had to back up, headed in the second time, and it went in there.
Yeah.
That's happened.
I thought that was good.
Should have hawked toot on it and it would have went better.
Oh shit, that'll make us famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, hawk to that son of a bitch. What do you say?
I had to watch. I didn't want to run over. You was out there. You was out there in front of me. I had to be real careful.
Floyd, you couldn't run me over, bud.
So wait, you were hooking the boat up and Floyd was driving.
Yeah, and he kept wanting to keep it back because he
Yeah, with the river, yeah,
boat comes up.
river's moving.
He muscled that son of a bitch by himself later, so whatever.
I got you. Huh, I missed it. Sounds like I missed out.
We missed out Friday night, or Saturday night.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Y'all had some good stuff on the grill, it looked like.
I had phone calls at 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning like I was still up.
Did you?
Yeah.
What else would he fly?
Oh.
I'm starting to be glad I was at a wedding.
Yeah, you guys missed out big time.
Oh, fuck.
We sucked.
We cleaned the big old blue cat.
We sucked
Cleaned
the log
the
up
big
with the
blue
jet
cat.
motor and
We,
floated down river for a long time.
I had to skin it finally. You just sit there and watch the old man try to work on it.
And you skinned the last fish? Yeah.
Come right off there.
Yep. Well,
If I could just get him now to go ahead and cut the meat off the bones and whatever, I can't get him to do that.
He
done a
only-
hell of a
he
job
only
on
skinned
pulling
it, that was
skin
it.
off. He done a good job, but I just can't get him to carve that knife.
he probably had to take a beer break after skinning it.
Oh, well, we both did. We got her done, though, didn't we, Raj?
We did, sir.
Yeah.
How big was that blue that you caught?
It wasn't as big as the fight.
Wasn't as big as the
Not
flathead.
quite as big. But
I had
it
the
was good.
scale laying out there, but nobody wanted to weigh it. So 12 pounds,
12, yeah.
maybe.
Good eating size, but
That blue?
Cat.
Oh, we didn't wait.
No, I wanted to, and y'all just started tearing it up.
They were hungry. No one would have stopped you from weighing.
yeah.
Well, I had to scale them.
That's all right. We're gonna go again all week, and we're gonna catch some more that are gonna be worth weighing.
Shout out to Spencer. He's not here again.
Yeah.
Go, Spencer.
Yeah, he isn't here again.
He isn't here.
Adam's not here again.
Adam's not here. He didn't make
They
it.
all bailed. The only ones we could count on is Little Rod and Floyd and Nick.
Nick's here.
Yeah, and we can always count on Troy to be mouthing on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I know what you mean.
What?
Lock the doors next time.
Go to shit on me.
Yeah, we're not sure who let him in. He just showed up to catch the fish that he wasn't even here for.
I guess I came in the door. It ain't been open in 2.5 years.
Yeah, that one never gets open.
Yeah, the back door's
I've
never
never
open.
seen that
Yeah.
door open.
If you knock on that door, you're
Is that the
asking
door
to
he
get
came
shot.
in?
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't even know it was
I,
going
I didn't even know that door was there.
I thought
to
he
be
came
quite
through the
honest
garage
with you.
door.
I
No.
didn't
Then
either.
y'all made Tater
Why would
get
you
up.
knocked?
Oh fuck!
You almost got shot knocking on that door, Little Rod. Thought you were coming in.
Hey, you should have seen what I came through. We don't even talk about all that shit.
He probably tripped over your John boat.
My John boat.
Fucking John boat, antlers, fucking. What else you want?
Side by side.
Side by side, or fucking. Might be some speakers out there, maybe.
Tree stands.
Oh man, I
It was
fought-
dark.
How many
you couldn't
times did you
tell.
fall
Probably
on your
Loch
way
Ness
in?
Monster.
I didn't.
The swamp nest monster.
The swamp nest monster absolutely was not here.
Yeah. He probably seen Bigfoot in the backyard on his way in.
A lot of shit back there. Somebody needs to pick that shit up. This is more of a family-friendly event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we don't have any women to tell us what to do, so we leave them back there.
Yeah, mine's pissed.
Did you ever go to Target or get your grass cut the other day?
I still ain't cut the grass.
Did you make Target?
Yes.
All right.
But,
Bathroom with the other little boys and girls.
shut up. I did read an article the other day not to cut your grass till like Thursday or Friday because there's rain coming in.
Oh.
So
It did rain tonight.
Wait, you read an article that said don't cut your grass till Thursday or Friday?
yeah, because it's so hot. Like
Oh yeah, you didn't want to burn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd rather my grass burn up, and then I ain't even got to worry about it.
Are you cut grass around here?
No.
Hold on, back up. You ain't got no grass, bitch.
I knew that was coming. Don't start that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Floyd. What else you got to say?
Floyd, what's
Yeah,
your
Floyd. Closing
thought?
thoughts. Do you have any closing thoughts, Floyd?
We need one final story.
Yeah.
Let's get back on the rivers. What you probably want to
Back
say.
on the river. I'm ready to get back on the river.
Yep. We got goals
I did.
to make.
You was talking about them Asian carp. We did not see any this last weekend.
Really?
Water been that high and jumping. Because I wondered about that,
Yeah.
and we did not see one.
Huh.
But you know, we was talking about earlier about hitting people. These up here, biggest I've seen around 5, 6, 7 pounds, somewhere
Yeah.
over there. But I was in Louisiana there. I'm telling you, you're looking at 20 to 30 pound Asian carp.
Oh fuck.
There's not, In fact, Gene Kaiser one hit him, and it hurt him. He was a couple 3 days
Damn.
healing up.
Yeah, ask Dad.
Yeah,
Damn.
Hey,
Took
yeah,
him
he's a
3
big
months to
boy.
get back on the river.
I never seen him that big
Damn.
before, but I guess because it stays warm down all the time, and they
Them alligators feed on them, I guess.
Oh yeah, they're good bait. What jumped in the boat we used for bait.
Oh, did you? Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
but yeah,
Talking about them Asian carp, the biggest flathead me and Brady ever caught had about a 2-foot Asian carp stuck in his throat.
well, it's
A carp.
Did I never tell you about
You
that?
say a carp?
Asian carp.
It had
The tail was sticking out of the back, like when we boated the fish. The tail was sticking out of the throat, and whenever we got it home, I reached in there and pulled out the carp, and it was this
I
long.
swear to God, you just said it was in Brady's throat.
No,
No.
the
Brady can't swallow that fucking.
yeah, a 2-foot carp. Gee.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
no, an Asian carp, like an Asian carp was stuck in a
damn.
flathead's throat.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. For some
This is
reason, that
probably going to
story-
be one of the fucked up podcasts we got.
Unless you and Brady need to tell me something.
No, who's got the long dong, huh?
Fuck.
One of us is winning. That's for sure.
Somebody's losing.
And somebody's losing big time.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Shit.
Damn.
That's
I can promise you I'm not Nate.
So I guess, Floyd, I'll get to see you here in the next couple of weeks.
yeah
Days.
Days.
next week.
Next week.
Yeah, next
Yep.
week we're gonna
So I
start. You
make
might
that-
see us this weekend. You never know.
I'm golfing
You're golfing this weekend?
Friday.
I think the dog.
Saturday.
I don't know what.
Where are you golfing at?
I'm late Friday at Railwood and then Turkey Creek. My bad.
Well, if we want to talk about your golfing, you better do some more practice before you
That
go on
ain't
this
no
tournament.
Shit. I wasn't the worst score.
How do you know I got them upstairs?
I don't think
You probably weren't the worst score because we didn't even score the first 2 holes for you.
I know because we got yelled at and everything else.
Yeah, we did. But it was a little rough start there, Little Rod.
Oh, I wanted to leave. And the pressure got to me and I was sweating.
Who the hell was
got
yelling at you?
We were trying. Typically on a golf course, they only want you to play with 4, but we had 5 of us.
Oh,
They were mad.
But good God, it was.
But guess
hot.
what I said? Who cares?
Should have said it better.
I know. I should have.
Should have left
That's right.
you and
see,
Al back there, and then I
Yeah, you
Took
should have
off
went up
with the
there.
rest.
you should have said that one guy's a guide.
Mm-hmm.
Guide you, boy.
I should have told him I'm giving you golf lessons.
you should have because I did not show.
He would have
you.
understood when he seen you swing your club.
Oh goodness! Now we're getting crazy. I don't even think you beat me.
Oh, come on now.
Shut up.
I had to beat you. Yeah. You did outdrive me, though. I'll give it to you. You outdrove me on that one hole.
17.
Yeah, at 17, you outdrove me.
And you were bragging to me about the week before.
I was, yeah. And then you did hit it farther than I did, so I will give you that.
Maybe you should pick on me more.
I know. It's kind of fun sometimes.
I don't pick on you, Raj. I
Why
don't pick
not?
on.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nick,
Well,
any final thoughts?
what's your final thoughts, Nick?
I ain't got nothing. I'm out of words.
I'm speechless, my boy.
I'm out of words
I'm
on this one.
speechless.
I think it was a good podcast or broadcast.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
think
too.
it's damn good.
You know what?
Huh?
I think you did good. It was
Yep, Floyd, you did good. Proud of you.
I think everyone's going to learn a lot from this one.
I think I ruined it.
Jesus Christ. We'll end it with that. See you on the next episode.